if your goal is to do this, then keep watching. Hey guys, my name is Zach Ferguson, and this channel is all about helping you guys reach your tricking goals. I may not be the best tricker, but hopefully my experience can help you guys become the best. This is a tutorial for a palm kick. I'm currently working on a few different side projects for the channel, so right now we're in a filler arc. But that doesn't mean that we're gonna be doing like slice of life videos or anything like that. It just means that I'm gonna be covering a few easier tricks just to kind of fill out your repertoire of tricks. That way this channel is comprehensive and you can find easy tricks and harder tricks in the same channel. So hopefully if you search on my channel, you'll be able to find whatever you're looking for. So with that being said, palm kick is a very useful setup that you can use to gain momentum from one trick to another trick so that you can gain power for another setup and then launch yourself. But you can also use it on its own just as a setup trick for something else. But what palm kick is most famous for is being one of the setups that Tim Farley used to land the first ever snatch cannon or cork in back out. As you saw, it's a great momentum builder and it's really easy to learn. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so what is a palm kick? A palm kick is basically a switch hand cartwheel that is performed really sideways with a hook kick at the end. If I cartwheel on my left side, I would normally put my left hand down first, go over the top by kicking my right leg backwards, touch my right hand, and then land on my right foot. But on a palm kick, you actually do it one-handed and you hit with the second hand and you go way more sideways than you normally do for a cartwheel. You don't want as much inversion on a palm kick as you do in a cartwheel. Also, you have a hook kick at the end, but a lot of palm kicks have kind of a soft hook kick. It's just made for gaining momentum and keeping that leg long as kind of a tail to build momentum. You don't necessarily need to chamber it and make it look like a super good hook kick. It's just there to gain extra momentum and slang your body sideways. So with that being said, the only real prerequisites are going to be a cartwheel and or a switch hand cartwheel. So a cartwheel where you land on your right hand if you twist to your left normally, and a hook kick. But really, like, just learn the palm kick. You don't really need any of those progressions. If you just want to like work on it, there's a stage in this where you can just start later on. I'm going to teach you from the ground up using cartwheels and hook kicks and stuff, just so that you know the correct form. But there's a point that I'll mention later where you can just start here and just launch your body into a palm kick. What's up, Keeks? You want to be in the video? This is her spot. I'm kind of invading her territory because it's the morning time. She has a good life. So to start things off, warm up your cartwheel and your hook kick. I have a tutorial for a cartwheel that you can watch there, and I have a tutorial for a hook kick that you can watch there. Both of them are pretty long. They're really easy movements, but I like to go in depth with things, as you guys know. So check those out if you have any questions about those two tricks, but we're gonna go ahead and move on because like I was saying, they're not like 1000% necessary. But I would still recommend using them to warm up because you're gonna be using similar muscles. So I'm gonna be teaching this to my left side because that's the way I twist. If you don't know which way you twist, you might wanna check out my Beginner Week series where I go over all the different things that you should know before you start tricking. But either way, the next step is going to be cartwheeling with your close hand and only your close hand. So a one-hand cartwheel with your left hand if you twist to your left. But this is basically just to get you used to doing a one-hand cartwheel, but it's not as hard as a switch hand cartwheel, which we're gonna do next. If you're having trouble with the close hand cartwheel, probably what's happening is you are not kicking your back leg hard enough. The more you take your hands away, the more you're going to have to do an aerial motion with your cartwheels. So you're gonna need to kick very aggressively with your back leg. So make sure you're kicking really hard and you're not only kicking backwards, but your eyes are on the ground and you're kicking down towards the ground really hard, and you should be able to turn your hips easily for a switch hand cartwheel. After that, I would recommend getting used to the hook kicking feeling. So do this kind of weird slow cartwheel that's kind of like a capoeira style cartwheel where you keep your eye on your target as you're going upside down, and just go really slow and try to like stop yourself a little bit, land on your right hand, and then just kind of motion like a hook kick. You don't have to do a great hook kick right now, but this is just so that you can understand where your target's gonna be when you're doing your palm kick later. So just kind of go over, stop yourself a little bit, spot your target through your hands, and do your hook kick motion. This can honestly be one of the harder parts for people to learn. So take this part slow, get your cartwheel hook, because it'll also help you for things like aerial hook in the future. The key for me that helps my students and helps me remember to hook kick properly is not trying to hook kick up, but trying to reach forward towards our target and reach out towards it rather than trying to just kick as high as possible. Extension is gonna look better than just doing a high kick with a small chamber. After that, just go ahead and get your switch hand cartwheel. So this is gonna be your right hand if you normally cart leading with your left. So start by going really sideways on this. You can just kick your legs over kind of gently. It's really gonna be a lot more core strength and a lot more arm strength than you're used to if you've never tried this before, but is not as hard as a lot of beginners make it seem. If you just are well acquainted with your cartwheel and you can already do the left hand close hand cartwheel, then it shouldn't be too hard. You just want to treat it like you're going for a regular cartwheel, and then you kind of just pull the left leg hand away from the ground and place your right hand down, kick your legs over, and if you stay stiff, most likely you're gonna land. Make that better and better by extending a little bit farther and trying to kick back harder, and it should be a pretty good switch hand cartwheel. This is really useful for learning things like aerial in the future. So this isn't just exclusive to this, it's good to have control with both hands for your cartwheel anyway. So here's where I was talking about where you can just start from here if you want to now. Really you're just gonna do like a small reach behind yourself cartwheel and just crunch up. So the key to this is reaching like sideways and behind yourself. Set up like you're doing a switch hand cartwheel, and then reach really far behind yourself and kind of twist your chest before you plant. You wanna reach all the way back, and then you're kind of hopping onto that right hand and kind of staying tucked at this point just so that you don't fling yourself and spin a lot. Once you get this crunched up, spinny, cartwheely thing, then what you wanna do is start extending. So you just reach really, really far with that right hand, kind of behind yourself, but also farther out than you normally do, almost like double the amount that you normally would. And then you just straighten your legs just like a normal cartwheel, and it should get rid of some of that twist that you were having because you're extending and reaching really far. Once you have that step down and you can really extend really far before you place that hand and you're kind of hopping, you want to look at your target over your left shoulder. So you place your hand and then you find that target over your left, and then just kind of chamber your left leg in as if you were gonna hook kick, just so that you can be sure that you're going to land and be able to hit your target without actually extending for your hook kick. And then you just add your hook kick. So you can either do it slow and kind of reach a little closer to yourself and kind of curl up in a ball a little bit and then hook kick, or you can just go for it and really sling your body out there, boy, and just fling that leg out for your hook kick. Remember, what you wanna do is you wanna extend it really far behind yourself. If you hook kick and focus on chambering, it's actually detrimental to this move because you wanna leave it out behind you as like a tail to gain momentum and step into other movements later. But yeah, that's a palm kick. Just get used to it and do it over and over again so that you can gain momentum and really sling yourself out there. This is really one of those tricks where you wanna like launch yourself, because the more power you put into it, the more power you'll get out of it as long as you stay extended. If you curl up, you're probably gonna fall over. Make sure everything is stiff and extended, including that hook kick. You just basically have hook kick posture, but you leave the leg out there. You do not have to chamber that much for this. And just to round out the video, here are a few ideas for you. You can obviously do it to master scoot the way that Tim Farley did for his setup to gain a mad power. You can also do it to just a regular scoot, but I didn't film that. You just turn all the way and then step. Although master scoot is a little better just because you're already like slinging all that momentum backwards and you can kind of not turn as much and just jump into it. You can also step backwards into aerial or B-twist movements because of the way that you step backwards. So anytime you hook kick and you leave that leg backwards while your chest is facing the opposite direction to your dom, then you have this posture of a B-twist or an aerial, and you can use that to combo into other tricks. So if you're falling, you can use palm kick as a recovery because of this, slinging your body posture. It's like, oh, he fell. Oh, wait, no, he did a palm kick. Okay, sick. Or you could use it as a setup for one of these tricks if that's your desire. But that's about it for palm kick. Hopefully that helped you get or improve your palm kick. If it did help you, please leave a like on the video. Please leave a comment down below and let me know what you want to see from me next or what you thought of this video. And we'll be going over front flip, side flip, back flip, and yes, full twist too, Gabe, soon. But for right now, we're in that filler arc. Either way, if you want to support me, please subscribe to this channel. We're approaching 900 subs, and I would love for you to be part of this community and help support me so that I can monetize and do community posts and do a bunch of other stuff like that. But until next time, please stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you guys later.